Hi, and welcome to my channel. This is Ines Benvenuta Cozy in my Christmas spirit and feeling all kinds of fantastic. So today we are going to talk about presentation and we're going to talk about your Upwork profile presentation. I wanted to go over this particular topic because I have noticed that a number of you struggle understanding what to put where and why it is important for that to be there. So I wanted to talk about this so that we can refer to that video, as we go along instead of having to individually talk about these things on my WhatsApp. We can still talk about this on the WhatsApp if you feel, you need more information about that. But I thought this gives us a little bit of an idea of why we are doing certain things on Upwork. Now, when I used to work for UNICAF University, I used to give the CV and cover letter workshop. It was my thing. I think I would do that maybe 6, 7 times a year. We would have a virtual or physical presentation of what needs to go onto a CV. Now, the purpose of a CV is to try and attract an employer. Okay. So you put information in there that, first of all, is brief to the point, but also is relevant to the post and to what the client is looking for. Similarly, when you're looking at your cover letter, some of you might have noticed this. Your cover letter reflects your CV. It literally reflects your CV in such a way that you need to make sure your cover letter is on point at all times and it reflects the type of person you are, but also it demonstrates the kind of skills, the kind of qualifications, and the kind of information that you want a client to see and go, wow, I want to work with this person. Okay. So, first off is your picture. This is the same conversation that I used to tell people when I was doing the couple letter workshops. I would say, if you're going into an interview with someone, you want to make sure you're presentable. So you wouldn't have white hair, for example. I have this white hair because I'm not going to an interview. I'm feeling festive. This is my Christmas moment. I wear bright clothes and white hair because I feel, this is the Christmas spirit. But if I am going to an interview, I would not normally have white hair. I would make sure my background is plain white if I wanted to take a picture. Similarly, if I'm going to an interview, I would make sure my clothes are plain colored so that people would not get distracted. You know what I mean? So when you're taking your profile picture for Upwork, think of the person who is going to see that profile picture and think along the lines that you want for that person to employ you. Yeah, just take a moment and think about that. So your profile picture acts as your first point of contact. So it must be exceptionally well taken. It should be a clear picture of your face, hopefully with a smile. See, just like that, a nice, gentle smile to show you're a friendly person. You are approachable, but also presentable. Have plain clothes. If you have anything colorful, make sure it's not showing. My jacket is fine, but just my dress is very colorful today. But just my jacket would be fine in that scenario. My hair would normally be black if I was taking, or one color, not a color like this. This is a shocking color. This is very shocking for anything apart from Christmas. But if it was, I'm taking a picture for profile, I would have a good, decent hairstyle, some minimal makeup just to make sure that I look presentable. And, hopefully that smile that invites someone to want to talk to me. Moving along, your title. Your title should be powerful, to the point, but explaining what it is that you want to do. Okay, so things like virtual assistant, it says exactly what it is. This person is going to be your virtual assistant, or medical doctor slash researcher. That says exactly that. Or nurse researcher, agriculturist. These are powerful titles. Finance analyst. you know, if that's what you do. If you're into IT, you could have, I don't know, graphic design, web developer, and all kinds of things to specify what it is. I don't like people just leaving it as IT support because IT is such a vast conversation that you need to specify what it is you are doing as an IT support person. So specify if it's programming, just put programming, but to the point, you know. Some people want to go a little bit extra to say, you know, expert programmer, expert virtual assistant, or, you know, learned virtual assistant, or whatever it is that you're going to use as an adjective to describe the powerful force that you are. Your description. I've always said that your description should talk about the client, not about you. No, it's the same thing with the CV. They're never about you. Everything you put in a CV should never, ever, ever point to you, should point to the things that you have that would give you leverage over other competitors that you want to offer to the client. Do you understand? We're in a competition the entire time. So you have to come on strong, you have to come on powerful. So your description, if you just write one sentence, I'm a virtual assistant and I want to help you, full stop, you're not selling yourself. Do you understand what I mean? So come strong, come powerful, and describe that you are this, you know, exceptionally qualified, you know, virtual assistant, and you have these qualifications to back that conversation up, and you have scenarios that you have done, you know, demonstrated skills that you can offer a client. So, for example, if you know, how to book um, itinerary for somebody's holiday, or you know how to organize the emails, and if you know how to do, these are things that you can put across if you want to talk about virtual assistant. Like for me, if I'm talking about sales, I give quantifiable examples of what I have done in sales to make sure that that client understands I'm capable of that particular conversation. So if it's also marketing, I would present myself in such a light that that client knows I'm capable of doing XYZ. So similar with the IT conversation, marketing is such a wide conversation. You need to specify exactly what it is that you do in marketing. So if it's just SEO, just specify, you know, I do search engine optimization. Or if it's lead generation, specify that conversation to the point so that that person knows exactly to the point what you're going to do for them. Otherwise, you would waste their time, you'd waste your time if you leave it vague. So do not leave it vague. Be very, very detailed. If you're an agriculturist, explain what you're going to do. If you're going to tutor people, explain I'm going to teach you in agriculture. Or I know how to come up with, you know, food nutrition for dogs, or whatever it is. Come up with that conversation upfront. You know, if it's to do with research, explain that I can do your research for you, and you know, whatever else it is that you feel you can do. I've always said, do your research on Upwork before you start coming up with things to put on your profile. Like for me, if I want to start something on Upwork, I would research. And there's a video that I've demonstrated how to research. This video is talking about cover letters, I think. Yeah, that's the video. The cover letter video will give you an insight on how you can demonstrate talents. These are talents, are people that are offering the same services as you. So you would go to the search tab, insert the title of what it is that you want to do, whether you want to offer astronaut information, or whether you want to offer, you know, pastoral work, or you want to be a teacher on Upwork, or whatever it is that you want to do. But search, and then you will look at what the top talent are doing for their description, what skills they have. Because if you have less of those skills and you want to offer that thing passionately, I've always said, go back to allison.com, go back to YouTube and hone your skills. Because if you have limited skills and this is the competition, then you're not giving yourself a best foot forward, if you know what I mean. So be prepared to do this sort of things. Go, I would give you, like, if you search for 20 freelancers offering the same thing as you on Upwork, and you were able to go over their profile critically, checking what they've done, what information they've put, you can come up with a powerful description of yourself and your skills that you want to offer a client. That's how competition works. Moving along from there, make sure your education history clearly explains what it is you have done. Do not be so lazy as to just write, I have a degree. But a degree in what? In what that is relevant to the client. Every information you're putting on Upwork should make that client want to sit up and pay attention to you. Because every information is powerful and is linking to what you can do for that client. And then we go to your skills section. Your skills section are very important. So many times I've told people, please, once you have done the benchmarking, which is checking what other freelancers in your line of work are doing, you can pick up on the skills that they are offering that are repetitive, that you feel clients will need those skills. And then you need to add those skills to your profile. And you need to know those skills passionately. Learn how to use those skills, because Upwork has algorithms that move, jobs that are related to the skills that you indicated to your feed. So you would lose out on some of the jobs that are available for you that you can do because you did not indicate that particular skill on your skills tab. You are given 15 options to upload as your skills. Make use of all of those 15. You should use all of those 15 because you have done your research. Those people that I keep talking about, the Karens and the Princess and, Mark and all of these guys that are doing very well on Upwork, they have done their research. And I can tell because I know they will refer something back to me that they have noticed that I didn't tell them. So I know they're doing their research, and this is why they're excelling on Upwork. After your skills, then you have to demonstrate those skills using portfolio. Portfolio is the description of your skills in pictorial format. So you are given an opportunity to either upload a document or upload a Canva picture that you have created. Canva is very easy to use. If you just go to canva.com, that's canva.com, you can create all kinds of things using their readily available templates. Canva is self-explanatory. You don't really need to be a medical doctor to understand Canva. You just go on that website, on the search tab, you can click whatever template you want, whether Facebook post or whatever. If you're using to upload on Upwork, use the Facebook post sizes. They're good. So just create something, create or use the template that's already there and just edit it, and then you're good to go. You have created something you can demonstrate on Upwork as something that you do. So for example, if it's something that you need to explain in detail, create those sort of Upwork, skills that you can demonstrate. So for example, if you're a web developer, explain what type of software you use to creating websites as a portfolio example. So if it's WordPress or whatever it is, come up with that and create it as a portfolio example. Again, creating portfolio examples is self-explanatory. They'll ask you to upload information that you feel supports this information that you're putting up. So if it was about writing an article and you've written a very good article, create that and put it up. Now, when you are talking about articles, please make sure this is not an article somebody wrote, that you had your picture in that article for you to demonstrate as portfolio. That will not work because that's plagiarism. If somebody else wrote an article and you had your picture or it was about your story, then clearly, separately indicate that there was something that happened with a picture, but not the entire article. Because if you show the article, it means you have written it, which doesn't work. I hope you understand. But your examples should be examples about what you have done or what you can do. If it's about data entry, you can create a dummy data entry of names of, I don't know, associations in Malawi, for example, name, location, phone number, email address. and that's it. And create that Excel and say that this is something that I can do in data entry. Some of you already have this information that you have done as data entry, or you have done I don't know, for me, if I wanted to demonstrate that I'm a receptionist, for example, I would take a good picture of myself, put it up there, and explain. I'm a passionate virtual assistant or secretary, and I can do X, Y, Z, W, and then that would be that explanation. Moving along from there. So portfolio examples should not be all of the things that I've listed here. It should be things that are suitable for you. So you are talking about skills that you can do, not skills that I've just mentioned as an example. I hope you understand that. Testimonials. Testimonials are similar to references that we use on a CV. Like I said, CVs and profiles are very similar. So testimonials are example information that you can use to tell the employer, the prospective employer, that you have done some work with somebody else and that somebody else was happy with your work. So testimonial is just one sentence saying, oh, this person has done some work with me and I really think that he was excellent, good job. And that's it. And they sign it off. So for you to get a testimonial, it's important to find a person who actually worked with you as a supervisor, or a person who was maybe a dean at your university, to give you a testimony of who you are. Upwork is very funny about whom they choose to, accept testimonials from. So I would encourage you to use a work-related email and a LinkedIn that looks completed for Upwork to accept that, that testimonial, because they do, due diligence and everything. Intro video, that's another thing that's very important. An intro video is very simple. Hey, literally it's something like this. Hi, my name is Ines. I have this qualifications, and I have these skills, and I am eager to do this sort of thing for you, etc. And then do it in 1 minute. It's an introduction of yourself. It's a selling point. It's a very important selling point. Do it with a smile, so confident. You've got this. I know you've got this. But otherwise, you'd have a fantastic intro video of 1 minute. If you're shy, because I know a lot of people are shy, if you're shy, you can also create a video explanation of what you do. Again, there are tools online that you can use, things like, Canva for video editing, that you can use that do not require a lot of experience. A 15-minute YouTube video can show you how you can do that, and create that, and you're good to go for your Upwork profile. For now, let's stop there. If I think of anything else that needs to go on your profile, or we need to work on, we can revise this video, or we can create another video for you guys to get started. I really hope, all of us have jobs on Upwork come next year. I know that it's possible. I believe in you guys. I believe in you guys so much. I know that you can do this. If little old me can do it, you guys can do great. Today, I actually remember to do this because there's an Indian guy who asked me to do cover letters for him. He's paying me, of course, but it just struck me that it's very important, these cover letters and, presentation of your profiles. Think of it as my profile is going to be looked at by a client, not by Ines, but by a client who wants to employ me, and make sure it looks presentable. The way we go crazy with creating CVs that are beautiful is the same way you should go crazy with making sure your profile looks beautiful and presentable. It should look like somebody who has gone all the way to MSCE and, above MSCE tertiary level, to the tertiary level education. It should make sense. It should make so much sense. People should look at your profile and go, yeah, this person has sense in their mind. They know what they're doing. They're mature. They took the time. Everybody, I guarantee you this now, everybody who has gone and taken their time to make sure their profile is beautiful have had top rated given to them here. Since we started these tutorials, they've had top rated given to them, and I've seen that. Everyone who has taken the time to pay attention to do everything right have had clients in their first week or second week or third week. Please apply yourself. Have an interest in doing it. And you don't need a lot of time to do this. Take 1 hour a day. You find that there's a lot you can do in 1 hour a day. Most of the cover letters only take, what, 5, 10 minutes? Less than 5 minutes to respond to a client and to say you're available for. So, you guys, I know you're going to do great. I'm rooting for you always. And if you need more help, come find me. I'm more than happy to assist you. And good luck.